they don't disburse money to those wards, this will, of course, save such wards that do not receive recognition from the governors, Mr. Speaker. So I urge the county assemblies to come up with a law like this one, or close to this one, so that each member or each citizen of each ward to get the resources as they come from the national government. And as I wind up, Mr. Speaker, I call upon the Senate. We are very good at disbursing, distributing, and passing this law, and the money is disbursed to the counties. But sometimes we are unable to check on how that money is used by the governors, Mr. Speaker. So I urge the honorable members, as we take this money to the counties, let's follow them. Let's follow these shillings by shillings and see what the governors are doing with the money that the national government has disbursed or has allocated to the counties. With those few words, Mr. Speaker, I support.
Senator Abbas.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to contribute on the revision of the revenue bill. Mr. Speaker, as you're aware, the responsibility of this Senate is to safeguard interests and to see that devolution succeeds. As you're aware, the last budget, 2022-23, the counties was given 370 billion, of which, up to date, 125 billion were not disbursed. And most of the counties are now facing big problems of, giving services to the Wananchi. We are seeing our doctors every day on the streets, which is very unfortunate. People of that cadre should not be they should not be at the streets demonstrating around because of their salaries. Mr. Speaker, one other thing is, if you look at the national government, most of the functions of Ministry of Health has been abandoned and taken to counties. The Ministry of Agriculture equally, the functions have been abandoned and taken to the counties. While the counties are now crying for only 22 billion difference. The 385 proposed here and what was proposed by the CRA is a difference of only 22 billion. At the same time, the national government has increased the budget for water. They have increased the budget for health. This has increased the budget for agriculture. And these functions, most of them have been taken to the counties. It has not been abandoned, and it has not been, money has not followed. Mr. Speaker, I think that has not been very fair. Despite, we understand the situation of the country economically, but however, if only the monies for the counties are released in time, I think they will be able to manage the situations on the ground. One of the problems is actually, Mr. Speaker, due to lack of proper oversight, there is a lot of corruption ongoing in the counties. And I think we're losing a lot of revenues through the county, through corruption and the seepages. And I think this Senate must put in action and go and work hard to see that the monies in the councils are saved. If that money is saved, and that we are able to control the budget, the corruption, then I think the counties will be able to meet its mandate, is able to meet its functions. But however, I think what the percent of money that is lost to the seepage of corruption, it's more than what they are requesting for. So I think it's a high time this House should take responsibility to empower the assemblies so that they also do a proper oversighting so that we can be able to control money loss through corruption and minimize at least corruption in the counties. One other thing, Mr. Speaker, we need to increase our efforts as a House to see that actually my committee of the devolution now is following up that all the functions that have been devolved must be taken to the counties, especially for Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Agriculture, so that at least, but then the same the money should be at least sent also to the counties, like they are. For the laborers, so agriculture. At least send the money to the counties and all the functions now that have been involved. Agriculture equally should do the same. I think this is the high time that we'll be able to settle this business of, push and pull between the national government and the county government. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I beg to support the bill. Thank you.
Honorable Senators, there being no senators wishing to contribute, I will now call upon the mover to reply.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank I want to take that again for members to understand. Compilation of all poverty index, health index. Mr. Speaker, there is 1% that goes to the specific counties that are properly managing their resources, Mr. Speaker. That 1%, because I think next financial year, Mr. Speaker, we begin again.